Hello, my name is Sonia, and this is video number 12 in my series, The Basics of Crochet, and today we're going to continue learning about decrease or together stitches. And again, I have my handy little card here with the abbreviation. If you were reading a pattern and you would see DEC or TOG, you would know that that stands for decrease or together. And today we're learning about half double crochet decrease. So again, if it was in a pattern, and these are all in US terms, so if your pattern said HDC and then it had DEC after it or TOG, you would know that that stands for half double crochet, and the DEC would be decrease or the TOG would be together. And half double crochet decrease or half double crochet together stitches are the same stitches. So to get started, today I am using a G hook or a 4.25 millimeter hook. You can certainly use an H hook or a 5 millimeter or an I hook or a 5.5 millimeter or a 4 millimeter hook. It's completely up to you. And we are going to be using worsted weight yarn in a light color. So we are going to work a row of 10 half double crochet stitches to get started. And then our second row we're going to start our decrease stitches, and we're going to decrease by 2. So we're going to start with 10 and we're going to decrease all the way up to 4. So to work a row of 10 we need to chain 11. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we are ready to get started on our row. So to start our half double crochet we need to do a yarn over. We're going to work in the third chain from our hook, so 1, 2, 3, insert our hook, do our yarn over, we've got our 3 loops, yarn over, we're going to pull through all 3, and we have made a half double crochet, and our skipped chain 2 counts as a stitch, so we already have 2 stitches, 1, 2, we're going to keep going across, and then we'll check our count to make sure we have 10, because counting is important, and we need to keep our hook in the loop or we won't get anywhere. There we go. See, these little mishaps do happen sometimes. Alright, so keep going. And this is good practice for just working the basic half double crochet stitch. My goal is to have you get comfortable with all these basic stitches, so then if you see a pattern you like, you should just have no trouble making it. Because if you know all these basics, you should be good to go. Because there's so many different combinations of stitches that you can do with all these basics, but if you don't have a good foundation, then you're really going to struggle. Alrighty, so we shall see if we have 10. So our first chain 2 counts as 1, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we're ready for row 2. We're going to chain 2, flip our work or turn, and we're going to start decreasing on this row. So we're not going to work in this stitch here. This chain 2 counts as our first stitch. We are going to work in these 2 guys. So when you're decreasing, you're going to turn 2 stitches into 1. So to start the half double crochet decrease, you'll do a yarn over. You're going to insert your hook right into that next stitch, pull up your loop. We have 3 loops on our hook. Now we're going to do another yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and now you have 5 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you're going to do a final yarn over and draw through all 5 of those loops. And sometimes you just kind of need to wiggle it a little bit, and there you go. So now we have made 1 half double crochet decrease. So we are going to keep going across in half double crochet until we get to the third to the last stitch, and we're going to do another decrease. And let's see where that guy would be. So there's 1, 2, 3. So we need to make 2 more half double crochets. So that's why it's important to read your work, because sometimes the pattern will say that, And if you have no idea how to count your stitches, then you're going to be in bad shape. So now we're ready to do our second decrease. So do a yarn over, insert your hook, another yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop. Now we have 5 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll do a final yarn over and pull that. Sometimes this one can be a little tricky, so you just kind of have to work it through. So now we have turned these 2 stitches into one, and we have to do our final half double crochet. So we need to work in this chain 2 here. Sometimes it can get a little hidden, but it's there. So you don't want to make sure you don't forget it. And we'll work our final half double crochet. So now we should have 8 stitches because we decreased by 2. So we started with 10 and we decreased by 2. So we should have 8. So let's count. This chain 2 counts as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we are on the right track. So we're going to work row 3 and decrease by 2. So we chain 2. We're going to turn or flip our work. And we're not going to work in this first stitch. We're going to work in these 2 guys right here and turn these 2 guys into 1. So we're decreasing or making together stitches. I learned it as decrease, but I'm seeing some patterns that say together. So just that's why I want to have both of them there. So you know that. Alrighty, so we did our yarn over. We're going to insert our hook. Yarn over, pull up our loop. So we have 3 loops. Yarn over, put it into the next one. Yarn over, pull up. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're ready to complete the stitch. So we yarn over and draw through all 5 of those guys. So now we've made another half double crochet decrease or together stitch. So we've combined these 2 and made them into 1. And we're going to continue to half double crochet until we get to the third to the last stitch. So that would be 1, 2, 3. So we need to do one more here. And we're going to do another decrease. So yarn over, insert our hook, pull up our loop, 3 loops, yarn over. And again, this half double crochet can get a little tricky at the end. It can get a little hidden, but it's there. Right in there we need to put our hook and pull up our loop. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're ready to complete that half double crochet decrease. And can't forget our chain 2 to complete our row. So we have 6 stitches. So now let's see if we have 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we want to decrease up to 4. So we need to work one more row. So we're going to chain 2, turn or flip our work. Again, we're not working in this one. And we want to have, I like symmetry, so we're going to have symmetry. But some patterns, you know, you might only decrease on one side. It just depends on what you're making. So we're going to not work in this one. We're going to decrease in these 2 guys. So we have our 5 loops, yarn over, pull through all 5. And see, we're already at our third to the last stitch, so we're going to decrease in these 2 guys. So do our yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over. We have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're ready to complete this stitch here. And we're going to work one more half double crochet in that chain there. And we should have 4 stitches. So let's see if we indeed do. So this chain 2 counts as a stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you can see, we started off with 10, then we went to 8, 6, and then 4. So that is how you do a half double crochet decrease. Thank you so much for watching.